Hey everybody, Mark here, also Two Robot Guy, with a video of the entry I have for the NASA GraphCAD Challenge. This is the Twist and Lock version 6 design, and I really want to show how easy it is to remove some of the support material. One thing that I noticed, and I'll show you kind of two things that I'm working with. This is the pin that has a buttress style thread right here. That is printed flat to give it more strength. This pin compared to other pins has not broken on me yet. So there's a lot more strength in it. The disadvantage is you have to print with the support material. And the other one, it's the main piece. And you can see, because I was printing support material, I said print in the print inside of where the threads were. So I printed a little bit inside the threaders. This was done on a DaVinci 1.0 3D printer, on a $500 3D printer. So it's pretty good results, but it's not great. But if this printer can do it, any printer can print the same quality. So to give you guys reference, here is the first one I did. This is right off. This is right off the printer. So I'm going to do this live, removing the material and showing functionally how it works. So let's start with the screw thread. All you have to do is remove the material, just like that. When I was watching videos about the ISS, they do throw away trash up there. So this material here would just be put in the trash capsule and sent away. And that's about it for the material. Now, if you want, you can get back. This is just like a little cheap screwdriver. I just go back and hit some of these areas real quick. But nothing fancy. It's just depending on how the support prints. And that looks pretty good. So that is the thumb screw, or the screw for it. So there's the material for it. That's it. So all you gotta do is just throw that away. And let's do the material now for the body of it. So again, all you have to do for some of this outside support material is just grab it, and it comes right off. One thing that I did notice was it is quite impossible to do your human factor fillets on all the surfaces without using support at the bottom. If you guys know how to do this, more power to you, but I was unable to do it at the bottom and still have that human factor that you're looking for in the competition rules. But again, all you have to do is grab a little bit of that material. There we go. And that gives you a nice, you might be able to see, that gives you a really nice filleted edge at the bottom. So slide off any of that material so it falls right out. And then to get inside of here, I like to get a screwdriver and just kind of squish it inside of it. And that is it. So then that should just fall right out. See, that should just fall right out like that. Alright, so that is the first side. We'll go to the second side. Again, all I'm doing is just getting the screwdriver and kind of pushing it inside that. And this material basically just falls right out. Now, depending on the International Space Center, it might be a little bit different how they use supports, because it is in no gravity. So all I'm doing now is just hitting this with the screwdriver really quick. Take away any of the lump areas, like right there. And this is just a little bit of cleanup, and that is because of my 3D printer. Again, this is all live right now. So I'm not doing any other modification than what you see to it. So I'm just going inside there and kind of getting a little bit of that. There we go. And getting any of that extra material right out of there. So if that works, let's make sure the thread looks pretty good. And the thread looks good. let's thread it on and see how it goes. So here we'll go. We'll just thread it on. And what I like to do is I like to thread it on and back it up and kind of make sure that it goes through and it just falls right in. There is a 0.4 millimeter offset between the nut and the screw. So there is a little bit of play in it to make it so it slides on pretty easily. But the cool thing is once you start working this thread onto it, you might see that it will clean up the threads on either side. So really, all you have to do is spin that on, and there's one side, and spin the other side on. Let's see if we'll get that. There we go. And again, I like to go in, come back out, go in, come back out. And that's just the first time to make sure it's really nice and clean. And that is it. So now we are ready to use. So this material here, let's see, this is the total amount of support material that we use right there. All we're going to do with that is just throw it in the bag and throw it away. And there is the complete unit. So getting ready for operation, all you have to do is get your handrail, slide it in, and there's a light click. There's not, it's a 1 millimeter offset here. So there's a light click that it clicks into place, and then just twist it into place. And if all goes well, there we go. And then you just lock it into place. And that is pretty much locked and secured. And it's a very tight fit. But let's give it a little bit more. So right now, you can see we're about straight down. Let's see if we can go to 180 degrees from here. And there we go. So that is really in there. And that you can see the plastic is actually sucking in a little bit. And that's going to be a really tight hold. This is not going to go anywhere. And to release it, very simple. All you have to do is just push on there, and it just starts unspinning. And there we go. So unspin it, and then come to the other side, get it so it threads back into it, and slide the clamp right out of place. Really simple, really easy. Let's try to do a back view so maybe you can see the mechanics of it. But again, the rail, you'd slide this, slide the twist and lock into place, twist it around. This becomes free floating, and then slide it into the opposite side. And tighten it down. Boom. So it's nice and tight. And you don't have to go that far. That's kind of an extreme, but you know, just stop it in any position. That gives you a nice secure hold. So if it's there, or if it's here, or, you know, really, if you want, you can untwist most of it and slide the thing up and down the rail. And then when you're ready, just tighten it down. And it gives you a nice, tight hold. Nice thing about this is that when the threads do loosen up a little bit, that you can tighten this arm down even more or less. Depending on how much bite you want to give to the handrail. So if really this is enough for you, and you want it to have a little bit of give, you can put it there. If you don't want to have any give, you can put it right there. And that's not going anywhere. It's a nice, clean appearance. But let's look at the other side. There is not just one T-slot available, but now there's 2 T-slots. So I did notice a lot of the handrails were not horizontal, but vertically. So this might give the advantage to have another place for the astronauts to hook into some of their T-slot, or some of their hardware into this side. And let's grab another one. And or they can turn one into this side. See if we can get this one in there. There we go. Slide it right into place. And there we go. We have two that are inserted right in place. There is a very nice fillet, 3.5 millimeter fillet on all edges of the design. So it does fall within the human factor rules. And it just gives you two really nice connecting points. So if you don't want one of them, obviously you don't have to use one. And really simple. So guys, please give me your reviews, your updates. I'm going to try to start testing this and see what kind of mechanical properties I will have. And I really just want your feedback and some ideas of how to make it better. I guess that's about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the design. And I will just spin this around a little bit to give you a 360 view before I turn off.